Guess we just attack with everything. Man, that landmark is pretty crazy. Look how big this stuff is. They all have fearsome, so like the 2/3s and the 1/3s can't block. Dang, that landmark is pretty crazy. And welcome everybody here in Twitch chat and everybody on YouTube for some Teemo Fizz. We're going to be playing some 1-drops with both of our champions costing 1, Teemo and Fizz. And we have some rewards for playing a lot of 1-drops. You can kind of see our curve, all these 1s, plus Poro Cannon making some 1-drops. Lots of 1-mana units. Then we're going to have Jagged Taskmaster. Plunder, grant those 1-cost allies everywhere, +1/+0. We'll have Professor Von Yipp. Whenever we're summoning our 1-cost ally after the Professor Von Yipp, we're granting it +2/+2. So both of those will be able to buff up our 1-cost units. Even got Double Trouble in here to get some more 1-cost followers. And then we'll have Reaver's Row, brand new Bilgewater landmark, 5-mana landmark. When I count down, summon a random 1-cost follower. And count down to grant 1-cost allies +2/+1 and fearsome. So those are only the allies in play. So we're going to want to have a lot of 1-cost allies in play whenever this thing is counting down. But it does, you know, we'll have that countdown to do that. All right, that's going to be our deck. Okay, our top end. We got some crazy stuff. So this kind of deck, like you're playing all these 1-cost cards, you're going to run out of cards pretty quickly. And so what are we going to do at the top end? We're going to play 2 Augmented Experimenters for the extra card draw and a little interaction, and then a University of Piltover. This is a card that may look bad, may look really good. We'll have to play the games and kind of see. But if we do empty our hand quickly, because all of our cards cost not very much mana, then this could theoretically be 5 mana, basically draw 3 cards every single round. As you can tell, we don't really have interaction. We don't have Mystic Shots or anything like that. We're just trying to be very aggressive. So if our opponents do stabilize, we're going to need some like real heavy hitters and maybe some interaction. And we'll need to get kind of lucky. And I think that University of Piltover is a card that could allow you to get lucky and win some games that you otherwise didn't really have any business winning. Because if our opponent does stabilize, just having extra card draw isn't always that great, especially whenever your cards look like this, because you could just draw more, Daring Poro, Jury Rig, Pool Shark, Cutthroat. If they've stabilized and they have removal, having more copies of like little 1-drops isn't really going to help you. So University of Piltover could be super high variance and get some really powerful cards for us, possibly. So we got one of those in here. All right, so that's going to be it. Let's go ahead and try our games in ranked. Teemo Fizz in ranked. Here we go. We're going to head on over to the Lagoon and have some fun. El Greco is in here saying, am I the only one thinking that Pyke's level 2 ability activating on the leveling attack is unfair? And I kind of agree with you. I was super surprised that whenever I saw a level 1 Pyke strike something and kill it, but it was enough damage to level Pyke up, that then the ability just happened and everything died. I was very surprised by that myself. Alright, terrible matchup to start with. Thresh Gangplank. Thresh Gangplank is a deck that preys on small decks like this. This is a Powder Keg plus Withering Wail plus Vile Feast plus all that kind of stuff. That's what they're doing. They're going to be playing the box. Their whole deck is designed to kill small units. Terrible matchup for us. This is going to be a big struggle. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan all of these. Kind of look for some more powerful cards. This is where, like, this is a matchup that we don't have much of a shot, but a University could steal it for us, potentially. So I actually do really want University in this matchup. Okay, I'm very surprised that worked. I was definitely expecting Unspeakable Horror or Vile Feast. Yeah, see, they're even playing Parlay. So very happy that we were able to get a Taskmaster in here. Yeah, this is... If I had to, like, say what's, like, the worst matchup you could face, this would be on the short list.
Can't win 'em all, eh?
We playing bilge rules?
son. Trick shot.
Oh, they already drew a puff cap, so my plunder was already enabled, so I should have challenged the powder keg. I was expecting Withering Wail this round, right? And so like that's why, or now they have Make It Rain too. They caught, yeah, so that's why I didn't just play the cutthroat immediately.
Before they know they're bleeding.
Yeah, this is not a good matchup. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, that's great. Great double trouble. Look at, like, both of these are two 1-drops that can provide additional card advantage for us. Very good double trouble.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
Neither the flames nor the depths could claim me.
Watch this.
Looks like our opponent had a very good hand though, right? Like both champions. Very good early interaction. That powder keg goes great with Thresh, as you can see. Ooh, the professor. So they just want things to die to level up their Thresh.
Like this? Oh, I see.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Alright, so I don't have a spell right now for Fizz. Guess we just attack with everything. Man, that landmark is pretty crazy. Look how big this stuff is. They all have fearsome, so like the 2/3s and the 1/3s can't block. Dang, that landmark is pretty crazy. Like, look at this. Like, this Poro just came into play. It's a 7/4. So I guess same with the Teemo. They're both 7/4 fearsomes. I don't know if Fizz Teemo is meta now because of that, but that was pretty crazy.
I'm cold, I'm hungry, and there's rocks in me boots.
I'm gonna keep some stuff in hand because of Ruination. But I'm playing this because if it dies, we get the Reforged token. Alright, don't really need to worry about Ruination. Let's get Fizz in play. There we go! Wow! That is a deck designed to beat ours. But the 5-mana landmark, wow. That was really cool. Wow, that landmark looked great. Yeah, Kordek, that's a good point. Pyke is basically just like a better tri-beam improbulator. It's like fast speed tri-beam putting in a champion. Like a messed up champion too. Yeah, they really pushed Pyke. Alright, so we want to be fast in this matchup. They're gonna have like Ice Shard and oh man, this is another deck with a lot of they're gonna have a lot of cheap removal here also, aren't they? I'm gonna keep the Crackshot Corsair. No, keep Fizz and keep this. Mulligan this. Alright. Final answer. Okay, we got the landmark again, Reaver's Row. I don't want to like play too much stuff out because of all their early, you know, like their ice shards and all that kind of stuff. Don't want to go crazy yet. Would have liked to see a professor, but we got a Taskmaster, I suppose. See, look at that. Rewarded for not going crazy. I'm kind of planning on Fizz champion spell the next round.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Ugh. I kind of don't like that. It is elusive, but...
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
This'll take the chill off.
Yep.
Yeah, we are playing against the decks that just want to kill stuff. Decks we were playing against are not messing around. That's for sure. Just really hope they don't also have an Ice Shard after all of that. Could pass, but like they also have like all the 2 damage removal spells too, so it's not worth a pass. Just take it. Take it. Good. No Ice Shard.
Ages pass, yet
Yeah, Tucci says this is a surprisingly cerebral deck. You need a lot of patience and planning. Definitely, especially when your opponents are just playing mono avalanches and withering whales and mega rains and blighted ravines. Just being huge jerks like that. So it looks like they're going for the tough Nexus. All right, University could steal this. We could get a bunch of like really cool fleeting cards. We don't know what we're gonna get, but this is, again, we're playing against a deck that is just completely built to defeat the deck that we're playing. So we'll have to see what we get. But that's why I waited with the double trouble. Oh, come on, really, Shadow Fiend? Another University. Another University doesn't help too much. Because you create 3 random cards and then you discard those 3 random cards, then you create 3 more.
They're out there. I'll spot them.
Wow, Lissandra's Entomb? Wow. So I wanted to see if they would play like the, you know, the 4/5 that would make this Frozen Thrall go. Like that's why I wanted to hold on to this Monster Harpoon for that. I think I just kill Lissandra though to make sure they don't have tough Nexus. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to do 5 damage to this Frostguard Thrall. What am I doing 5 damage to? Alright, so like that's happening. They've already killed 1 Lissandra. That Lissandra's gone. We can kill another Lissandra. I guess we do that. Is it this 8/8 though? I don't know. We'll figure out how to deal with it. Gatacane with the bits. Thank you for the support. You are amazing. Thank you. Gatacane says, it's so awesome that every time I show up here, you're playing a completely unique deck. Thank you. Yeah, that's what we love doing here, for sure. All right, what is this card? Play, deal, kill an ally to do 3 to the enemy Nexus. That's good. Ooh, Spiderlings? Soul Gorger? Okay, so let's see. Let's block this thing. I have 13 mana. I can... Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then Soul Gorger. I guess I'm playing the Brood Awakening and then the Soul Gorger. Or am I doing Brood Awakening and then Astral Fox? Which I guess I could have just done the Astral Fox first. Yeah, it's just infinite 8/8s. Alright, definitely the Fox. When you do that Nexus damage, have this thing do Nexus damage. Oh man. Sometimes your opponents have everything. That's their 5th, you know, area of effect damage removal spell. Whoa, we can just make our whole deck behold the infinites? No, you have to have a Celestial Ally for that. We don't have a Celestial Ally. They who endure? I mean, It is possible. I mean, they probably have a frostbite spell, but it's possible they don't. I guess it's possible they don't. Dude, that's the thing about University of Piltover. It can just do crazy stuff. Sometimes you just gotta do crazy stuff. Yeah, they have a frostbite spell. Let's put him down to 4. If only they didn't stop my Astral Fox. Maybe we draw a 4 damage spell? Double up? I don't know, something? Maybe we draw Harsh Winds to stay alive? Sure. By draw, you know I mean create.
Build rules, son.
Harsh Winds. Oh, that just gets rid of that? Well, that's not very good. Oh no, another Soul Gorger. No, we didn't draw any spells. Oh, they had Puff Caps too. Oh, we were so close. If they didn't have the Ice Shard for the Astral Fox. Oh, we were so close. I could have played the Soul Gorger instead of the Astral Fox, and maybe we could have actually stayed alive with that block. Yeah, I guess we would have stayed alive with that block then if I would have played the Soul Gorger. That was really cool. That was a matchup we had no business winning, but we had a real shot. Yeah, University of Piltover, pretty cool card. Sejuani. This is probably a Yeti deck. That's my guess. Freljord. Probably Yetis. Could be Elnuks. Could be Poros. Could be a combination platter. Let's keep these two, mulligan these two.
Lucky you, and the last thing you'll see.
I guess Crackshot Corsair would have attacked for an additional point of damage and would have 100% dealt damage to them.
The weak don't deserve mercy.
But I was worried about, like, I play Corsair, then they play like the one mana 1/2 Yeti second main, because they weren't playing it yet because they wanted to be cute for some reason. That's what I was worried about. I don't know if
I'll shoot the wings off a Bilgewater.
Someone deserves your bullet, girl.
I hope they don't kill stuff.
A game. Go on then.
I'll be quick.
Over there.
What are these matchups? Every matchup is just a deck with area of effect removal. Why? Why are we getting these ones?
The strong don't want mercy.
2, 3, 4.
Can't we get some nice people? They can be all nice. Instead of being all mean.
Hey there. Don't mind the knife.
Good hand.
Where you going?
That Ice Shard messed us up. Without that Ice Shard, You know, would have dealt a lot more damage to them last round.
You'll never know what hit him.
And this would have been lethal. That's what our deck does, though, right? It's you know, it's a janky meme tier deck for a reason. But we can do some silly stuff. Hopefully have enough blockers to not die.
You own what you take. Stand and fight. Can't win 'em all, eh?
Down to 3. We're gonna need this Reaver's Row to put in an elusive, which is possible. Put in elusive. Draw an elusive. Not quite. No. This deck does not need the 2-mana spell that grants elusive. No, not at all. No, you'd rather just play an elusive, another 1-drop elusive, or something else like that. You'd rather just have like a Mystic Shot or anything like that. That'd just be a little interaction over the 2-mana spell that grants elusive. Yeah, still very close. Very, very close. We would have, could have attacked them to like 3 there. Oh. Unfortunately, the suit ups didn't quite do enough for me. I think we're just going to keep all of this, honestly. I know usually we would mulligan Augmented Experimenter, but this is going to be another deck that's based around a lot of removal. It's a deck that's going to play slower games. And I think I'm just going to, therefore, just have this Augmented Experimenter in my hand.
Ready, aim. I've got us covered.
We've done really good Taskmastering. We've had Jagged Taskmaster all the time. Of course you get Excite Crystal immediately. Why not? Why not? Man, our opponents have been living the life these last couple games. Yeah, sure. Just just round 2, you have Excite Crystal. Deal 2 to all enemies. Like that's that's remotely fair in this matchup. That's oh man, that's a thing, I guess.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
What are we supposed to do against this card? Fast speed?
Lethal weight. change, Zaun.
Alright, so the University and the Augmented Experimenter, of course, don't work well together. You get to do one or the other. We play University, we discard Experimenter. If we play Experimenter, we discard University. I think with this matchup, with them having all these cards and everything, I think that we need University. I've been very impressed by this landmark, though. Gives the deck a little bit of a different dimension.
Well, guess I did that. Hi, we are so smart. But you knew that.
Yeah, so maybe... I have been impressed with the University. Maybe we just play 3 University in this deck and no Augmented Experimenter? Maybe? Wings in the Wave.
Time for a true display of skill.
Alright, let's get some good cards. What do we got? Ooh, Gotcha? Does that count as a... Oh, it's 4 mana? Because we didn't technically draw the Gotcha. So I'm 1 mana off of going Jewel Protector and Teemo and Gotcha. I mean, I think I gotta kill Ezreal. Yeah, 1 mana off.
Firing.
Gotta find more stuff.
We've been running into some tough opponents. Opponents with lots and lots of interaction. And very good, cheap interaction. It's been quite unfortunate. It's either Deadbloom Wanderer plus Professor Von Yipp or Ritual of Renewal and try to draw 1 drop and then play 1 drop. You know, go back up to 14. And I guess that's what we do, because, like, yeah, they're just going to kill. Yeah, I guess that's what we do. Hey, I'm Thor. Okay, that's a 1 drop.
Where there is life,
Yeah.
there is hope.
There is not light nor hope. Hexite Crystal was brutal. You know, like, if they have to, like, spend 1 for 1 on, like, all of our stuff, but, you know, Hexite Crystal, Static Shock. That is brutal. Okay. Because I have to do this, otherwise we're like the Ezreal just kills us. Ezreal's gonna level up. I know it'd be nice to kill the Karma, but the Ezreal just kills us. Alright, really glad they didn't have Deny. Of course, the game is over with Deny.
No way.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Get this back into the deck. Try to get the Death Ray 3. Good thing we didn't just suit up that thing. So I know I could have like killed the Fractional Perfectionist, but this Karma's about to level up, right? Like we gotta kill these champions.
Peace begins within.
Wait,
Breathe in, breathe out.
this is a bug. Oh, never mind. Jury rig. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, where's our jury rig? The jury rig didn't work. We know the jury rig worked. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Because yeah, like we're supposed to discard that thing. Okay, never mind. It worked. Okay, not the best cards. Not the best cards. All right. So maybe we'll play against somebody who doesn't have really good area effect removal, right? We just keep losing to Ice Shards and Avalanches and Blighter Ravines and Hexite Crystals and Make Rains and just all, everybody's got like just kill all of your stuff. Okay, this deck won't have any kill all of your stuff spells, and so we can go wide, right? Because that's the whole point of our deck is to play really cheap things and go wide, and we've just been running into the opponents that that just completely stop that from happening. Yeah, it was such a huge high, like, because they went round 1 Feline, round 2 Predict, grab the Hexite Crystal. That was quite unfortunate. Yeah, I guess Pike can kill everybody, can't it? Yeah, I guess that's true.
I never.
Lucky you. And the last thing you'll see.
Alright, so this hand looks pretty good.
Touching my sights.
I am going to... yeah, we trade there.
Got us covered.
I'm going to not play anything on round 3. Keep the spell mana. Round 4, be able to drop Professor Von Yipp and Double Trouble. And then immediately get 2 buffed, 2 +2/+2 buffed. Won't cost allies. Really hope they don't have a Pike to kill Professor Von Yipp.
Like this? Oh, I see.
So I could wait and next round play the other Professor Von Yipp and then Double Trouble. I don't think waiting's the way to go though. Yeah, they lurked on round 2. So they have hit 1 lurk so far.
Anything else?
I wonder if I'm supposed to attack with Professor Von Yipp here also. To put more pressure on them. It makes it easier for them to challenge and kill this, you know, the Professor. I'm getting this blocker in immediately. And then I can play like this Professor post-combat. And then next round, Teemo Fizz.
Perhaps we should pause for thought.
It's a tough decision to make. I guess it's just attack out. I mean, do I just replace these elusives with new elusives that are bigger? Like Teemo? This is a very tough decision. Yeah, Beecher says replace, Joe Nike says open, Sparrow says just open. Alright. I guess I'll open. It makes like, you know, like these things all have pretty good attacks. Ish. But they'll be, you know, they'll have a lot of cards and everything. I don't know. I never get that. So I was like trying to like work on Lurkers last night, not streaming. They're just like before I went to sleep last night, like when I was editing videos and stuff. And I played 5 games and I didn't a single I didn't any time ever. I never got a pike death from below ever. Not a single time. And so far, every single opponent that we've played with Lurkers today has gotten them. Must be a lot easier than it looks to get it. I had some predict. I had, you know, like the thing that to put it back from my hand on top, and I had the 3 mana predict. But, like, you know, that thing and stuff, and never. I think I only saw Pike in 1 game. I saw lots and lots of Rek'Sais, though. I had basically, like, 2 Rek'Sais every game. But like only 1 Pike in 5 games. And I went 1 and 4.
my hand.
More for my collection. And sneaky. I like it.
Wait. I needed that for the Fizz. I just realized I needed to keep that for the Fizz. I gave it to him. Sorry, I was thinking way too far ahead. Okay, so yeah, I had planned on keeping that for Fizz, and then I realized, okay, well, I'm probably gonna need to have them draw puff caps, and so I was like, all right, let's give it to them so they can maybe have 2 chances of drawing puff caps. So this doesn't matter if I would have kept it or not, because they could have just done that pike. They could have just done that bone skewer on other things and just killed everything anyway. It doesn't have to target the Fizz. They would have just killed all my stuff anyway.
What's the worst that could happen? I wonder.
Nothing like the great outdoors. Armed and ready.
Alright, I need them to draw 6 puff caps right here. Come on, they have 10 puff caps. Draw 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That wasn't enough. Almost.
Oh, shucks.
Okay. Okay, this is doing the thing again where it's frozen. It's frozen. I can't update the score. I can have it go backwards by just hitting the undo. Wait, no, don't do that. Okay, so I guess it's not frozen, but I can't see it. Whoa, what is going on? Okay, just my whole Streamlabs is just kind of messed up. Yeah, actually just my Streamlabs page is just all frozen. The whole thing. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, so can't affect that. What if the deck went harder into puff caps with 1 cost as well? I don't know. The problem with playing all these 1 cost things is just your opponents are playing much more powerful cards, right? Like that's just kind of the problem with just having all these 1 cost cards is they're not very powerful compared to just the regular cards that everybody else plays. You know, like one person plays, you know, like an Avalanche, obviously the Hexite Crystal, Pike, but just all those kind of cards, you know, like I said, just like an Avalanche, like those are just on a much higher power level than all of these things. And it just, I don't know. I haven't figured out any way to really make this work. All these kind of 1-drops, like it's kind of the problem, honestly, is like Teemo and Fizz. That's kind of the problem, is that I think you have to do like the 1-drop thing, but then because I have had like okay success with this with like Jinx and other champions. Like I think you have to play like powerful champions that will win the game, and Teemo and Fizz just don't do it really. Like Teemo and like in this deck, Teemo and Fizz are just the same card as Prowling Cutthroat and Daring Portal. Like they're just commons, right? Like that's all these 2 cards are commons. And so I think that maybe what you have to do is like play a deck like this with all these 1-drops and stuff, but then play like Misfortune and Jinx, like cards that are like actually champions that will like win the game and be really powerful, right? Like I think that's what you kind of have to do, instead of just playing extra commons. is you need like that power level. So that's kind of what I'd recommend. You know, like with this is, you know, we gotta find like the right cards. You know, maybe it's Gangplank. Maybe it's Misfortune, Jinx, Gangplank. You know, stuff like that. I think you actually have to have like powerful champions that help you win the game. Because as is, it's just all commons, and like the best card in the deck is like Jagged Taskmaster and like kind of Professor Von Yipp, but Professor Von Yipp is too slow for everything else that you're doing. So yeah. So I think that's what I think that's kind of like what the deck has to do. I think that just playing it with Fizz and Teemo, like I think like that's kind of like what this game Legends of Runeterra is about, right? Just the champions are incredibly powerful compared to the other cards, but you have to make your champions work. And I think that like building a deck to use champions as commons is going to be unsuccessful. That's what I've kind of learned. And especially just kind of seeing that in these games, like how they played out and everything. So you could play a Teemo Fizz deck. I'm not saying that you can't play Teemo Fizz, but I think if you do play Teemo Fizz, you have to like actually be trying to level up your champions and really have them win the game, right? So I think you'd have to play like a ton more spells for Fizz. You know, like if you play Twisted Fate Fizz, like how like that's the kind of deck to like make Fizz good. Kind of like that kind of style deck, but then with like a bunch of puff caps and spells and things like that. And you could play that kind of deck, but that would not be, you know, like your one drop Taskmaster Professor Von Yipp deck, right? So it'd be just a different deck. But I think if you do the whole one drop Taskmaster Von Yipp stuff, okay, so you have enough one drops, because you know you can even play like you can replace Fizz and Teemo with other one drops too. There's like Krusty Codger is really underrated. Armed Gearhead we kind of saw there. Like if you're buffing this thing up with the quick attack, that's pretty nice. But anyway, Jagged Butcher, that's the other one that, you know, like this thing can turn real big. Like you can find other one drops. It's not hard to find one drops. See, I don't think so basically just don't have your champion slots that are incredibly valuable just be other commons. Like there's not really much difference between Fizz and Jagged Butcher in this deck, for example. So instead, then you know then you probably don't play University and Augmented Experimenter. Maybe like don't play those kind of cards. Maybe not Suit Up either, because then you don't really need Suit Up, because the only reason to play Suit Up here is to try to protect these champions. So you know like maybe you know you get rid of like the champions and the Suit Up and the you know like this kind of stuff, for example, like this, and play maybe like Jinx Gangplank or something like that, or you know either Gangplank or Misfortune. Maybe Misfortune kind of fits the curve better on the 3 mana slot. And then, you know, maybe you can play like some actual like removal spells and stuff too, right? Like, let's see. Then you definitely wouldn't need Jury Rig, even though I know it gets rid of the Poro Cannon. But then you could play like Jagged Butchers there instead. Get some Mystic Shots in there, and then like one Augmented Experimenter, because that card's amazing with Jinx, or a Get Excited, something like that. I think this would probably be a better way to go about the one drops. Have like some more power in with these cards and a little bit of interaction plus Nexus damage and things like that. So that's something to try out. Something to try out if you want to try out the one drop kind of stuff. I'll also, I guess, Poro Cannon will be worse without Fizz. Could definitely do. I mean, Shell Shocker is kind of underrated with that attune, to be honest. But Krusty Codger is good. You know, it's just 1 mana 2/2. That's a good card that, you know, then gets buffed up, and then like a second Augmented Experimenter. There you go. So maybe something like that. All right, but anyway, that's Teemo Fizz. Learn some lessons with the deck. Those y'all watching later on YouTube, hit that like button over there. And of course, feel free to leave those comments and let me know what you think of just kind of like all those things that we were talking about there, the conclusions that we came to. You know, kind of interesting there, thinking about what to do with the Jagged Taskmaster Professor Von Yipp deck, how to take full advantage of that. Yeah, and if you like the University and want to go University instead of Augmented Experimenter, you can do that, because University also discards your hand each round. Like, you know, that helps. University will help your Jinx just level up immediately, like Augmented Experimenter does. And again, you know, you can get some random cards that are pretty awesome. And yeah, maybe this is, you know, maybe University is the way to go here as well. You can do that instead, and you know, empty your hand, and then get like the super mega death rockets and stuff. But the thing is like University and Jinx don't like, because this is round start draw one, and then round start do this. So if you have Jinx on the left, University on the right, you do the Jinx ability first. So round start you would draw the card like from here. And then you would do this ability, discard your hand. So then you would immediately discard like that card you just drew. Which again, I guess that would mean that you would immediately then you would create the Super Mega Death Rocket. So I guess you would be able to create Super Mega Death Rockets with that. But creating the 3 random fleeting cards in hand each round will make it difficult to empty your hand to get Super Mega Death Rockets. So overall, it's probably just going to be better to play Augmented Experimenter with this. But I don't know. That's something to play around. Said, what about Fizz Jinx? You can keep the low cost burst. It's not worth it, right? Fizz is never leveling up. You can keep low cost burst if you want, but Fizz is never leveling up, and Fizz is just like Fizz is just such marginally better than Krusty Codger that I'd much rather have like a Misfortune that's good, like that's gonna do stuff, right? I think that there's not really Fizz and Teemo in this kind of deck when neither champion will ever level up. They're not good enough to play. They're just commons if you're never leveling them up. Anyway, those of y'all watching later on YouTube, again, hit that like button, leave those comments, let me know what you think of all this stuff. I'd really be interested to hear about it. All right, but thank you so much for watching some Teemo Fizz, and I'll see you for the next video.